Hello, welcome back to DataVis Bitesize. This is DataVis Bitesize episode 10. As I've explained before, this is a series of little micro vlogs just to give you a data visualization tip, a DataVis thought for the day, if you like, that you can put into practice during your working day and helps you continue to remember good practice in terms of design and some pitfalls to avoid as well. As I've also explained before, this series is based on a resource from John Schwabish in Washington, who produced some resources called DataVis Play Your Cards Right. And I'm using one of those cards in each of these episodes just to remind us of one of those good practice principles. So let me see what the DataVis Play Your Cards Right for episode 10 is. And it's this: spare the ink. Backgrounds, borders, shading, dark grid lines, and needless labels are your enemies. Banish them to draw attention to the data. Really good reminder from John. I think you see a lot, particularly of use, I'd say, of grid lines, even if they're not really needed, but also overly emboldened axes or borders around charts, a lot of what Edward Tufte calls chart junk, as well as that which draws away the focus from what's most important, the data. The data is where you want to draw the eye, not the structures and the framework that are supporting that data. So in each episode, I also promise to share a positive example. And in this case, I want to highlight both a blog and a particular post from Columnist Farmer. Cole, she does a great service to the DataVis community in the resources that she generously shares. I've been on one of her workshops, it was excellent. And there's a post she wrote in her blog back in 2019 called Strip Away the Non-Essential. And in that, she starts with this chart, which probably doesn't look too bad, quite familiar to the kind of charts you may see quite often in your working day. But she does quite a lot of the strip away that John was talking about. So in step one, she takes away that border around the chart, and that improves things. In step two, she takes away the grid lines, then changes the y-axis to have smaller numbers and a clearer axis title, improves in step four that x-axis as well, so that we're not having to read the year multiple times. Then left orientates the title, makes that more descriptive, changes to a better chart form in terms of the line chart there for temporal data, reduces the thickness of the plan that it's being compared to, removes some months where there isn't data, labels avoiding legends, which is another great tip, and gradually improves the chart with extra context. The main thing I wanted to highlight is the end product here, not only the use of color, but the removal of those grid lines, of thick axes here, of a box around the chart. All of that has made the data clearer. Your eye is drawn to that data series and to the key data numbers and to the important text that communicate the insight. So another one for you to think about in your use of charts and your design of charts today. Could you do away with the grid lines? Could you do away with borders? Anything that's heavy on ink that distracts away from the main point, which is the data, the information you're communicating. I hope that helps. I hope you can put it into practice today, and it's been a useful DataVis thought for the day. See you again in the next episode of DataVis Bitesize. Bye for now.